Hi, everybody, and thanks for being here this Monday. I kind of feel as though I may have a bit more of a captive audience tonight. I hope everyone is, in all seriousness, very safe and very warm and very comfortable and very used to the cold temperatures because we're still talking about, of course, a lot more of it. I hope your weekend went well. I know it was a lot of work for a lot of folks trying to get ready, even though we fortunately did not see the snow and or the ice that we could have, it was still a lot of work, still a lot of slush to shovel. I think that leaky roofs may have been more of a problem than any of us expected. I know I had 3 to deal with in my little circle. I know of several others where all that slush just held water from going anywhere. And because of all the rain on the slight snow that we saw, and it really found the weak spots in a lot of roofs, I think, and I don't think, I know. So that's just one of those added complications that we had to endure. But again, we're not seeing the after effects like some other folks in Kentucky and some of our neighboring states are, because some did see that more than 12 inches of snow that we were fearful of, or that more than 3/4 of an inch of ice or freezing rain together that we were afraid of. So certainly a lot going on in other parts of the world. In ours, it's just cold air today, followed by more throughout your forecast. Most everything is closed tomorrow in lieu of the cold temperatures. Now, keep in mind, I'm not speaking of any businesses, but looking at schools, Johnson County calling off for tomorrow. It will be an NTI day number 5 in Johnson County schools. McGoffin County's already called off for Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday will be NTI day number 7. Wednesday is just a good old-fashioned snow day. Water into Wine Food Pantry is closed until further notice. Health departments, courthouses, justice centers, all that I know of in the viewing area are closed. Again, I can't speak for any businesses, but most everyone hunkering down again tomorrow as a result of another cold one on what has been a cold one today. We started off at 14.7. No, excuse me. We hit 14.7 today. This morning at one point on our way to about 19 for today's high. But this morning at 10:15 we had 14.7 degrees and wind chill made it feel like about 4.9. Tomorrow we actually should be around 29 degrees. Why is it going to be so cold tomorrow and so dangerous? Because winds are going to be much more significant, up to 20-25 miles per hour, and that will give us a wind chill of like 2 here in the viewing area tomorrow, if indeed we see that. Flemingsburg, for example, tomorrow, though, they might see a minus 10 or 15 degree wind chill factor, as might a lot of other places in Kentucky. So that is the reason for a cold, extreme cold warning that does not include, as of last report just a few moments ago, an extreme cold warning that did not include just a handful of counties, well, about a dozen counties in the Jackson National Weather Service coverage area, which did include McGoffin and Johnson and Floyd and Pike, and I think not Breathitt also as well, but everyone else around that little circle. But really, it's just falling under guidelines and charts that exist, and we're like a degree, maybe 2 degrees from being considered in that same threshold. So I'm just going to call an extreme cold warning for everyone for tomorrow. And while we will see temperatures into the 20s, we get another hit this Saturday where we are going to be much colder than we are throughout the week. And again, tomorrow's daytime high of 29 is as high as it gets. An updated forecast in more detail, the warnings that I have for you in more detail in just a few moments. Let's go ahead, though, and talk about some other storm-related data tonight and weather affecting, of course, power outages. Many of them, though, not happening in our viewing or coverage area, fortunately. I got off the phone with Curry Howard from Licking Valley RECC just a short time ago. He said that at the peak of the storm, they had 955 outages, and when we were talking, they were buttoning up, I think, the last 1 or 2 at that time, and everyone should be back on by now. 150 of those were in McGoffin. The Breathitt County area was the hardest hit for that co-op, but they are, with all of theirs repaired, actually sending a 4-man team to a sister co-op down around the Tennessee-Kentucky line, where they still had almost 15,000 out as we were talking. Tennessee, one of the hardest hit states, Mississippi as well, still 149,000 out. Louisiana, 111,000. Kentucky was at the peak with about 75,000 outages or so, and just before the 6 o'clock hour, they were at 34,524 outages. But looking closer to the viewing area, as we pull in on the state of Kentucky, you'll see all the white there to the far right. I think Pike County might have 1 or 2 or 3 or so, but by and large, those counties to the Tennessee border still have some outages, but McGoffin and Johnson County not reporting any outages right now on any of their electric providers. All this as Winter Storm Fern, well, it caused a lot of problems, just kind of left us without as much as some other folks. I've got family up around Tip City, Ohio, had 13 inches of snowfall yesterday. And then, of course, you go to the south of the viewing area and then into the Kentucky and Tennessee area and beyond. The ice has really left behind a lot of damage and destruction, and I'm certain there will be more deaths to come out of those reports. While here in Kentucky, Governor Beshear, in his address earlier today, said that the Kentucky Emergency Management Center was still operating on a level 2, and that they, even though Fern has moved out, are focusing on the cold air. That is going to be a situation for all of the forecast period. Adding that Kentucky has seen what is believed to be 3 weather-related deaths thus far.
Some roads, especially secondary, are still impassable. Our interstates, that while we have made significant progress, if you're on them, if you have to be on them, you need to slow down. If you're going the full speed limit on our interstates, you are driving dangerously. Roadways are still slick and temperatures are still dangerously cold, and that will continue throughout this whole week. We're now looking at dangerous wind chills as low as -20 degrees across Kentucky. An upgrade to an extreme cold warning is possible. I will say I expect that for an extreme cold warning to be issued for Kentucky. Tomorrow morning is going to be the worst. It is going to be dangerously cold. Tomorrow morning, being outside for just 10 to 30 minutes could result in hypothermia or frostbite, so we need everyone to take precautions. We need everyone to avoid spending too much time outside, and make sure you bring in those pets too. Our hardest hit counties were Barron, Pulaski, Allen, and Monroe, but this was a statewide event and every county had major impacts. We're working hard to address every area's needs. This event, again, is going to continue for several days. Currently, we are down to 47,123 pounds. If you use a generator, move it out. I'm concerned that we are investigating at least one fatality that might be a result of this. I think we've got 3 deaths that we are investigating, and whether or not they were caused by this storm, we don't want any others. Check on your neighbors. Just make sure they're okay. What a good time to live out the parable of the Good Samaritan. All it takes is a phone call or knocking on their door. Just see if they're all right. Make sure to conserve energy if you do have power. And I'll remind everybody once again, if you get out there to shovel, remember it's heavier than normal. It's not just snow, but there's ice on top of it. As I said yesterday, last January, when we had the ice sandwich, we lost 6 people due to heart attacks related to shoveling. Take lots of breaks. Let's not lose one single person to shoveling. And to all of our media partners, please get out there in a way to where, as people today might not be going to work, they might be shoveling. We just want them to be safe.
And I'll have a local road update for you in just a few moments as we take a look at roads on the Mountain Parkway and 460 between here and Morgan County and elsewhere. There was, in the brutal cold last night, late, around midnight, a structure fire that left a family homeless in the viewing area. I'll have that next. It's a new year with new deals at Conley Tire in Staffordsville, like $100 back on new sets of Goodyears through February the 28th. And other specials on East Kentucky's best in-stock tire inventory. Conley's, your tire, wheel, and auto repair and maintenance HQ since 1982. In Staffordsville or at conleytire.net. For whatever reason, if your working days are over, don't do anything before you meet Grover. Social Security, disability, SSI, work injuries, wear and tear, and hearing loss. 888-9-GROVER.
I love working in the coal mines, even though it was hard work. But if you suspect you have black lung, you can't work anymore. you'll find out that filing for benefits is hard too. I had friends who give up after years of trying. If it hadn't been for Big Sandy Healthcare, I wouldn't even have tried myself. If you think you have black lung, call Big Sandy Healthcare and get the help you deserve.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
One name, one call, one ultimate solution to your heating and cooling, sales, 24-hour service, and installation for home, commercial, boilers, chillers, and VRF systems. With over 15 years of experience and now based right here in the viewing area, Ultimate Air, 496-6651.
Youth.
Experience.
Modern solutions to modern problems.
Proven solutions to legal problems.
An emerging face in the courtroom.
A known presence in the courtroom.
Together, we are multifaceted.
Together, we will do right by you.
If you are having any legal issues at all, just relax and call Max.
If a car wreck is causing you pain, just pick up the phone and call Donald Wayne.
Atrial fibrillation is one of the more common rhythms we see.
AFib is an arrhythmia of the heart where the top part of the heart is beating erratically and out of sync with the bottom part of the heart.
The electrophysiology service is made up of a team of healthcare providers, and that includes an electrophysiology lab where we're able to do procedures to help repair heart rhythm problems. When a patient becomes heart rhythm free, it can really restore their life.
ARH, more for Appalachia.
Buffalo for me, bonsai for you.
Not a sauce guy.
Famous last words.
Not a napkin guy either.
Try new famous sauce with Lee's Saucy Sampler. Only at Lee's. Famous for a reason.
I just got off the phone a short time ago with Paul Burchett from the W.R. Castle Fire Department. He says that they, along with the Lomansville Fire Department, responded to this structure fire around midnight last night. A family trying to keep warm, as was everyone else, and an alternate heat source appears to be what is to blame. In the brutal cold last night, trying to put water on a fire that destroyed the residents of a Johnson County family. It was at this scene near the Johnson and Lawrence County line, actually, that the fire departments in question responded after receiving reports from the homeowners of a structure fire. According to Burchett, the department had been answering a lot of calls yesterday, medical and otherwise calls of emergency, but late last night, the homeowner was said to be using an alternate heat source, a propane-powered heater or stove, and had gone outside to change over that propane tank or tanks. And in doing so, it's uncertain, but there appeared to be some sort of a malfunction. Something sparked in the process of that happening. Burchett says when the fire department arrived, there was still gas pouring from that tank, which had been ignited, which ignited the residents from outside. 2 adults, 3 children. That's all I know about the occupants and those who live there, but we're all out safely. Burchett did confirm that the Lawrence and Johnson County emergency management programs were able to assist the family initially and notify the Red Cross thereafter in hopes that they could try to get them through this weather event. Still more news. Right now, let's bounce on over to tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar. With nearly everything closed, that kind of sums up just about every announcement that I had. Very little, if anything, will be open tomorrow, with the exception of any businesses. I'm not referring to any businesses, but all of our county, state offices, and most everything else of that nature will be closed tomorrow, as will be, of course, schools, which I would think will be fortunate to get in by the end of the week, if then. But maybe we'll be thawed out by the time February the 28th rolls around. That's when you can come out and support the Magoffin County Lady Hornets. They're going to have the Magoffin County High School is going to be the site for sports cards and TC&G collectibles hosted by Sagersville Sports Cards. They're going to have concessions, and they're going to have great food and a great event there. The sports card and collectible market has just exploded here as of late, and that's been recognized locally, and they're going to have a fundraiser on February the 28th at the high school. And I'll remind you when it gets a bit closer. From there, we'll go to funeral service announcements this evening. And we'll begin with those first for Lloyd Monk Patton, who passed away since our last broadcast at the age of 74. He passed away on Friday, survived by his two sons, Jeremy Patton and Timothy Charles Patton, daughters Lisa Bailey, Nanny Halbert, and his sister Nettie Fletcher, 3 grandchildren, a girlfriend, Doris Morgan, and a host of family. In addition to his parents, Patton is preceded in death by 5 brothers and 5 sisters. Arrangements are still incomplete at this time, but to be announced soon by the Magoffin County Funeral Home. 92-year-old John David Bauer of Sagersville, previously of Chelsea, Michigan, passed away on Sunday, the son of the late Earl and Corey Bauer. He is survived by his daughter, Kathy McCarty, son Randy Bauer, grandchildren Amy Fletcher, Heather McCarty, and Chris McCarty, and 3 great-grandchildren, as well as his brother Ken. A private memorial service is going to be held by the family at a later date. And lastly tonight, 62-year-old Janie Russell Gibson of Sagersville passed away on today's date at her home, the wife of Greg Gibson. Arrangements to be announced soon through the Magoffin County Funeral Home.
Mixtape Live. Motown Philly's back again. Well, it's love that I need. That thing, that thing, that thing. Oops, I did it again. Rock your body, yeah. Hard Mixtape Live.
A new year often means new inspirations, new goals, a new focus on your health and well-being, and nowhere is that more important than Fraser's Prater Drugstore. From healthy resolutions to a fresh start without smoking, to a fresh batch of cookies just in from the daily bread, to some incredible comfort food at the counter. Step in and let us remind you why we'll always be your oldest hometown pharmacy. Fraser's Prater Drugstore, downtown Sagersville. SMB is proud to stand with you with what might be your very first and definitely last checking, savings, retirement, even Christmas Club account, along with consumer, auto, mortgage, business loans that you can easily manage from anywhere in the world with safe, secure mobile and online banking that comes from over 120 years of commitment to your financial life and well-being, today, tomorrow, and forever. Sagersville National. Starting off a new year, Parkway Pharmacy wants you to know that they have a lot to be proud of, thanks to you. Proud to be community partners. Proud to be good neighbors. Proud to be your pharmacy. Thank you from everyone at Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville. Election season is here, and we are a one-stop sign and advertising shop. Campaign commercials for TV, for the internet, print advertising in 2 publications, yard signs, bumper stickers, business cards, shirts, caps, banners, all in-house, all premium quality, all local, with no minimums to purchase. Call Independent Signs and Mortimer Media Group today, 349-2915.
Johnson Central High School stands alone in providing the most college and career programs of study in one building throughout the entire state of Kentucky. This includes pathways in everything from the medical field to engineering, telemedia, welding, agriculture, and even aviation. And that's just to name a few of the 32 different choices. Work has also been started on a brand new state-of-the-art high school. So now is the time for your child to experience the power of opportunities in Johnson County School.
Now for a road update. Two things to keep in mind. One, this video was shot at 10 o'clock this morning. I made a trip to Morgan County and back. I went one way, I went the Parkway. One, I came back on 460. The other is that, of course, as you saw, some flurries over my shoulder there a few moments ago. Just doesn't take much when you have temperatures already at 14 or 13 or so and on our way down to what they're going to be tonight. Those few flakes will really make a difference, even on roads that were clear, just some slick spots. The Mountain Parkway, by and large, earlier today, had just a few slick spots in some places, but otherwise was passable at a moderate speed. Please do not travel at a normal rate of speed. Use a little extra caution on roads that have been cleared. 460 on the Morgan County side, however, was one that I wouldn't have suggested going more than 30 miles an hour on. It had been cleared, it looks as though, but it was still very ice-covered and snow-covered. This was at 10 o'clock or so this morning, and even the hills, inclines, and curves were still very treacherous. And again, 20 to 30 miles per hour was considered a good clip, in my opinion, at that time as far as traveling 460. Now, once you got to the Magoffin-Morgan County line and into Magoffin County, they were pretty much completely clear. 460 was essentially clear in both lanes with, a few areas that just where a blade can't catch or something of that nature, but we're by and large clear. Still, word of caution was to travel at a reduced rate of speed. If you have to be on the roads tomorrow, you can make it if you can get out of your road, if it's one, of course, that's not been treated as of yet. But just give yourself plenty of time to get there if you have to go anywhere. But with, by and large, everything closed tomorrow, hopefully there won't be much of a travel day to take place again tomorrow. Now, a serious word of caution and warning as we look at your 7-day powered by Licking Valley RECC, who we wish to thank again for their service, and to all the utilities out there who were responding, and all of our EMS and everyone who had to get out and make sure that the rest of us were safe. A sincere thank you to all. But it is more cold air. 29 in the forecast tomorrow doesn't sound all that bad compared to 19 today, but factor in much stronger winds tomorrow, and then take a look at the rest of your forecast into your Saturday. It's going to be a cold one, dangerously cold on a couple of occasions. There is some good news, though, at the very end of your forecast. So let's talk about wind chills and an extreme cold warning that technically doesn't include Magoffin and Johnson counties, but it's just a degree or two that separates us from that, so I'm going to include it in mine. We hit 19 degrees out there today. Right now, if you're catching the end of the early show, it's about 13 degrees. Feels like 5 with a 4 mile an hour or so west-southwesterly wind out there. 14 feels like 5. The air is only moving at 4 degrees. We had a maximum daily gust today of about 16 miles per hour. So with winds forecast tomorrow into the 20 mile per hour range or a little better, well, that's gonna just not favor 29 degrees at all. So partly cloudy tonight. We're seeing some flurries out there that are going to be just enough to make a few slick spots out there, as we are certainly well below freezing and are on our way down to 3 degrees. 3 degrees is where we expect to bottom out tonight. And right now it looks as though we're going to be very close to that. Partly cloudy skies, a light southwest wind, which we're already seeing, and some of those flakes, which even though skies have lightened up here as of late, some few flurries, it just takes a little bit of a flurry to really make a slick spot real quick with temperatures like this. Keep that in mind. Hope everyone stays safe. Tomorrow, yes, but the before mentioned several times, 29-degree high. A chance of flurries tomorrow in the afternoon. Wind chills, 0, -2 at times tomorrow. Winds coming out of the southwest anywhere from 5 to 20 to 25 miles per hour or so for tomorrow. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy. We're going to be right around 11 degrees for tomorrow night's low. Tomorrow's 29 is the best of the bunch for a day or two. Wednesday, 26 and 12. Mostly sunny for your Wednesday. Things are calming down just a bit, but a chance of some snow showers, maybe some flurries. And this is just a short window, small chance, 20% during the overnight, late overnight. That should be gone by your Thursday. But then cold air again, 27 for your high, 7 right now estimated Thursday night. Now keep in mind, Thursday does look to be partly sunny during the day and mostly cloudy at night. That carries us into your Friday, where we're even colder than that. 27 turns to a 20-degree day on your Friday. And then we look at Friday night and your Saturday, and that's where we're in for it again. There's another reason that extreme cold warning is going to be here for a while. Friday, 20 and 0. Partly sunny with a 20% chance of snow showers late during the overnight Friday night into your Saturday. And Saturday, we might not make it till 20. Estimated right now, 17 degrees, nighttime lows in the single digits, as they will be again on Sunday night and into Monday morning. This is why everyone needs to just be ready, be prepared, and try to get through it as safely as possible. The good news is Monday, that 33 and partly sunny might be the start of something positive temperature-wise. We might be out of this one at least for a while. Fingers crossed, maybe the only one for this winter season to this degree. I'm looking forward to 33 sunny and no wind. So with that, again, it is going to be another people, pets, pipes night, or several in your forecast. But there looks to be a little relief on the way. Keep your fingers crossed and keep tuned to Your News Today when I'll be back here with you tomorrow night. Thank you for watching.